Hi guys, it's your girl Kelly. Sorry I have absolutely no makeup on. I mean, I'm pretty miss for that. Who cares? I've actually, on the darker note of life, I've been going through kind of a tough time. Um, I lost my dog recently. I had surgery. Um, just a couple other family things going on, but that's not why I'm here today. Why I'm here today is because I was looking at some flashbacks on one of my social media sites, and I used to be this inspirational person, and I used to put such inspiration out there that people would actually tell me that they felt inspired by me, and, thank you for sharing some of the things that I share. So, I decided it's time to make another video. And, I never ever post when I talk about what I'm going to talk about today, but I feel like it's come to a point in my life where it actually is necessary to post such things, and I can't be afraid of who I'm going to hurt. I just want to talk about toxicity and toxic people around you and how they can destroy your life and why you should stay away from them. I mean, yeah, textbook teachers or, anti-bully campaigns and so on and so forth. Yeah, that, I mean, it usually just goes in one ear and out the other, when it comes to a lot of students. A lot of people don't really react to these types of situations just because they are never in them. But from experience, I've come from a very toxic relationship, and I am glad to say that I'm finally not letting it rule my life. I no longer am going to let that person have control over how I think about myself. And that's the main thing that I want to push on you guys today. I was in a terrible relationship to the point where I wanted to kill myself. I was not happy. I was super controlled. I wasn't allowed to have friends. I wasn't allowed to have a phone. I wasn't allowed to have anything. And the fact that I was being controlled was totally overseen by this thing that I thought was love. Well, now I'm older, and I'm about to be 30, and looking back, I want to be who I was before I got hurt. And I'm realizing now that the only way that I'm going to be able to do that, the only way that I'm going to be able to actually move forward and push myself to be something that I know I'm not, is by not believing in what other people are saying about me. People gossip, especially, and I hate to say it, but it's very true. I mean, exes gossip about you all the time. There will always be an ex that gossips about you, and there will always be an ex that makes you look bad. Yes, there are always two stories, but let me tell you, I guarantee you, my side of the story is the truth. So when it comes to toxic people, it's good to really zone in on the signs and stuff. If you feel like you have to walk on eggshells just to be around that person, that's a huge red flag right there. There's no reason for anybody that's in a significant relationship to tiptoe around each other and be afraid of hurting each other's feelings. People are human. People make mistakes. It does happen. So what do we do when we feel like our mistakes are going to hinder us and hold us back for the rest of our lives? We start to believe what these people want us to believe. We start to absorb their behavior and the way they think about you, which you shouldn't be thinking that way about yourself. Because this person has now changed your whole perspective in your own mind about the image that you see when you look into the mirror every day. And let me tell you, I was looking in the mirror and I was seeing this girl that had gained weight. I seen this girl that was deeply depressed and sadness in her eyes. I seen this girl that didn't even want friends anymore because she knew it would be a hassle. I seen a girl that wanted to be free and wanted to speak up for herself, but she couldn't because she was broken. And that's the saddest thing about girls nowadays is we tend to break ourselves over words, over actions of somebody else. And that's what creates that definition of a toxic person. These toxic people, they it's like one of those spiders, or a snake or something. Definitely a snake. They're quick to bite you, and they send some venom into you, and they wait for that venom to take effect. Once that venom starts to take effect, that's when they start making their moves. That's when they start to try to kind of kill you a little bit faster. I'm not saying that toxic people are trying to kill you, but they are killing your spirit. They are killing who you are, and that is not right. I just feel very blessed, actually, to even be here to talk to you guys about this, because in recent years I've been not exactly the best. For the last 2 years, I've been out of that toxic relationship that I may speak of time to time. And some of you may know who it is. If you do know who it is, please do not mention names, do not ask questions. I am free to say my part of the story, and I'm done enough to where I can share my story, and I don't have to be afraid anymore. And hopefully maybe me not being afraid anymore will actually allow me to allow people into my life. Because I'm noticing now that that toxic relationship that I had 2 years ago, that I was in for 4 years, has hindered how I make friends, has hindered how I interact with people. It has hindered so much of my life, and I never realized it until yesterday, of how much control that she still had over me. And it really sucks that, someone can have so much control over someone that they can literally, out of nowhere, make you feel like a piece of shit. Make you feel like you deserve to be a piece of shit. Make you feel like you just deserve to not be here anymore. And that's not right. No one should go through that. No one should have to sit there and listen to someone who isn't even in their life really anymore talk to them in the most horrible of ways, especially when not even that long ago they were totally being the sweetest person to you. They were being this person that they say they changed, but then all of a sudden you realize that they didn't. And that's what sucks. That's really what sucks, is because that's what I fell for. That is exactly what I fell for. I fell for someone who deeply, deeply hurt me in more ways than one. And the fact that she still had that opportunity to make me feel like a piece of shit because she's hurting, because she's upset, and because she doesn't have me there like she wanted, made me super duper realize, like, I've come a long way. And I've also realized that along that way, it took a lot of big girl panty steps, okay? I had to move forward. I had to take baby steps, and then I had to learn to walk like a toddler. And then, I just kept going and going and going and going, and that's what you're supposed to do. You want to continue this healing, this growth that you find within yourself all of a sudden, and it creates something so magical within you. For people that have been abused in any way, this can be a very, very confusing emotion. We might sit here and think, I'm happy, but when is it all going to crash on me? A lot of people have that question. A lot of people are the type of people who they kind of stay stagnant. They kind of stay right where they are, just for the simple fact that they feel like once they end up happy and they have what they want, everything's going to fall apart. And you know what sucks? In life, that does happen. Things happen to where your whole world falls apart. This surgery definitely took me by surprise. I didn't ever think that I was going to have surgery as young as I am, and I ended up having surgery. And it put some things on hold for me, career-wise or job-wise. It took kind of my social life away. So when you get all those things taken away, you kind of get lonely and depressed. And that's exactly what happens in a toxic relationship. People who are toxic will find ways to bring you back all the time. It could be an object. It could be an animal. It can be anything. They will have a way that they know it's going to get to your heart, and it's going to get to the bottom of your soul, and they're going to have you again. They're going to start controlling you again. And once they have that control, you see that person change back into the same person that they were before. It's a cycle. Don't fall for it. If you start noticing a cycle, you need to go. If they are hitting you, if they are emotionally, verbally abusing you, you need to go. You need to get out while you can. And I don't know how to express that enough. I know that a lot of girls out there, and maybe even gentlemen too, are super afraid to leave their lovers or even family members that are abusing them just for the simple fact that they're afraid to be alone. But that's exactly what that toxic person wants. That toxic person wants you to isolate yourself from anybody and everybody that can save you from that toxic person. I know. I've been there. So I guess what I wanted to relay to you guys today was that I'm done being afraid, and I'm sorry that I haven't been posting anything like I've said that I was going to do, but once depression kind of kicks in and everything, your life kind of tumbles a little bit, and that's fine. You know, it's motions that you go through when you live with certain things. PTSD, bipolar, depression, anxiety, all those things, you know, kind of make for life to be a little hard to maneuver around, when in all reality we need to maneuver through it, not around it, so we find ways to make it work. And now I'm finding a way to make it work. And I want to be out here with you guys more often, and I don't want to just talk about depressing things like this either. I mean, I want to talk about ideas and art. I mean, I painted a pretty owl face, and I'm totally proud of it. And you know, it's surgery that actually gave me this opportunity to be off, to have time to reflect on myself and see the good in myself again. Because for a second there, after, you know, getting a very, very interesting phone call, I thought for a second that, you know, I might not be doing too good, but in all reality, I'm doing pretty good. I mean, last year I wasn't exactly in the best spot. I was moving to somewhere completely different, and I didn't have a car. All I had were some boxes of clothes and some memorabilia, you know, of just things. I didn't even really have that much makeup. Now I have so much makeup I want to throw up. And I know I'm not wearing any right now, but that's because it's like super late at night, and I've been sick of like 100.3 temperatures. But I really just wanted to come on and talk to you guys because I miss doing videos like this, and I miss sending inspiration out into the world. And yeah, I wanted to remind you guys that, you know, you're all worth something. And even if life doesn't seem like it's panning out right now, like I told actually one of my coworkers the other day, don't ever give up until you find rainbows after the storm. And even when you find those rainbows, still never give up, because there's always something better and greater for you. And if it's really bad right now, you can't give up, because goodness is just around the corner. Because it's a roller coaster. It goes up and down, up and down. That's life. Unfortunately, we don't like life, and we say life is unfair, and life is unfair. Life is super unfair. But you know why it is fair? It gave us a chance to be here. A chance to be here and be someone who could make a difference. Be someone who could stand up for somebody. It gave us the chance for us to live a human life, to experience love and heartbreak, and know within ourselves the wisdom of everything that's around you, everything that's living, everything that you touch, feel, is all because life was given to you. So let's not spend our lives hiding. Let's not spend our lives being afraid to fall in love. Let's not spend our lives being afraid in fear that we are going to get hurt over and over and over again. Instead of being afraid of a dark day coming, be prepared. Let yourself know a little at a time, like, I usually get depressed around this time. Let's start thinking of things that can get me through it. I mean, everybody has their own vices. Everybody does different things. Mine, I like to go to the beach. Beach is my happy place. It is the best place in the world. I can't hear anybody, and I can scream, I can cry, I can laugh, I can smile, all while sitting on the beach, just knowing that while I'm looking out into those waters, there's a whole world that is all around us, full of people just like you and me, going through the same things, wondering how to make life work. And unfortunately, a lot of us have to deal with very toxic people in our lives, whether it was from when we were younger or when we got older. Pretty much everybody in this world has had to deal with someone very, very toxic. I mean, most of the time it's women. I'm not gonna lie. That's just my opinion, though. But sometimes it's males, too. Actually, I mean, a lot of people would probably argue that a male is more abusive than a woman. But I kind of beg to differ after what I've been through. So, I mean, it's a little controversial, I guess. It could be anybody. It could be your mother, it could be your brother, it could be your aunt, it could be anybody that's toxic to your life. And if they're toxic to your life and you feel like you need to move on, just do it. Don't be afraid of what's going to come next. Just do it. Just take that step. Because I'm super thankful I took my step. Because in all honesty, if I hadn't taken that step, I don't know if I'd be here today to talk to you guys. And I know that I kind of talk about certain issues kind of often, but I mean, if you guys just hang out with me and just really listen to the videos and listen to the things that I have to say, because I really do know a lot, and I'm not a counselor, I'm not a therapist, nor will I probably ever consult to be one, or I don't think consult's the right word. See, I can't even really talk English, but I just know that this is right, and this is who I want to be, and I am super excited to be back to talk to you guys and to send out inspirational messages to people. I'm going to try to maybe throw in some lives during the week as much as I can. I am on leave right now, so I have plenty of time on my hands. As of August 1st, I will be returning to work, hopefully, and I will have a little bit less time, but I still want to make it a point to at least come by and say hi to you guys and tell you, how the life of Callie is going, because as your girl is, Callie Bear is very unstoppable, okay? I don't give up. When I want something and when I know that what I want is something that I feel passionate about, then I'm going to make sure that I do everything in my power to actually continue to do something. And that's what I want to do. I just want to be out there for you guys to talk to. I want to be there for anybody that is going through a hard time and can't think for themselves. Sometimes an outsider looking in gives you a better perspective on what you have in danger in your own life. And I don't want anyone to be in danger, and in order to make that happen, you have to take the steps that gets you there. And I guess you could say I kind of have an open door policy. Anybody can come to me anytime. All you have to do is, follow me, subscribe to me, send me some messages, add me on Facebook. I'm Callie Rose on Facebook, Callie Bear on Instagram. If you're really, really in need, I'll even add you on Snapchat, If I need to talk to you, if I need to see you or anything, just let me know. I'm here for you guys. And I don't have any crisis number lines right now. Should have been a little bit more prepared before I did this video, but it was kind of spontaneous, like, oh, I'm going to get up and do a video because now I'm inspired, and this is kind of what happens. But my next video, or maybe possibly in some links, I will definitely leave a few phone numbers just for people, that might be going through something a little bit more serious than others. So I think that's it for today, and I really enjoy talking to you guys. See you guys soon. Bye. Oh, wait. I like to say this, peace, love, and chicken grease, because everybody knows that peace, love, and food can definitely make people come together. So toodles.